Thank you for your interest in Habitat for Humanity Duluth. With your help and the help of many other volunteers, we're making a positive difference in our community and especially in the lives of families who will benefit from the stability of owning their own homes. In this presentation, we'll give you a brief overview of who we are, but our main purpose is to show you what you can expect as a construction site volunteer. Habitat for Humanity International is a nonprofit ecumenical Christian housing ministry. Founded in 1976, Habitat for Humanity International works in partnership with people everywhere to build simple, decent, and affordable houses with families in need.
Habitat for Humanity is a movement, really, more than an organization. If you look at habitat throughout the world, you see cadres of people who are determined to accomplish essentially the same goal of ultimately eliminating poverty housing for people throughout our communities and throughout our state.
Habitat houses are sold to our partner families at no profit with a no-interest mortgage. For sweat equity, Habitat homeowners invest hundreds of hours of labor into building their own houses and the houses of others.
In our affiliate, the families have to put in at least 300 hours of sweat equity before they can own the home. So the three elements again is they have to need the housing, they have to be able to afford the mortgages, and they have to be willing to put in sweat equity on the housing.
Habitat for Humanity Duluth affiliated with Habitat for Humanity International in 1989. For our first decade, we built about one house a year, but starting in the year 2000, we dramatically increased production and plan to maintain a schedule of 6 to 10 houses per year. This video is part of an increased training effort to help in reaching that goal and to assist in making your experience with us as enjoyable as possible. In addition to this orientation video, you may also have the opportunity of attending occasional training courses, which could include other instructional videos, as well as presentations by experts dealing with specific construction phases. These are the steps we take to familiarize ourselves with each other, the building site, and the construction experience.
We try to keep things as volunteer friendly as possible. When you come onto the site, you're greeted, and we have a couple forms to fill out, and then you sign in your time so that we can track our labor expenditures on each site, and then you're given a job assignment. Now, the job assignments are tailored to each individual.
Oh, hi. My name's Gail. Well, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Is this your first day?
It is. I haven't worked on a project before.
Okay, great. Well, welcome. Maybe I can just kind of give you a little introduction to what we do here and what are some of kind of the key things that you'll need to be aware of to get started.
Okay.
Did you sign in this morning?
I did. Ray set me up with the release forms, and then I also signed in.
And that's right back in the office in the trailer. And when you leave today, just make sure that you sign out also so they can keep track of how many hours volunteers are working.
Okay.
Great. Looks like you're dressed for the day.
It was 20 degrees when I woke up this morning, so I thought I should wear my long underwear and some warm gloves.
Good idea. Great. And I noticed you have your work boots on, which is important for safety. And it gets pretty muddy out here sometimes too, so it's good to have boots.
Okay.
Yeah. And always dress in layers. It gets pretty cold in the wintertime. Sometimes in the summertime it gets pretty hot too, but we still encourage people to wear jeans or long pants just to kind of protect your skin, protect your legs from when you're using power tools and climbing around.
But we'd like you to remember that you are stepping onto a construction site. So such things as sturdy work boots, sturdy clothes, no loose clothing that could get caught in a tool or on a ladder.
There's a few basic tools that it's a good idea to have with you when you come out to the job site, if you can. First thing, you want to have a hammer.
Okay, I do have one of those. My dad gave this to me when I went off to college, and I still have it.
Great. Something every woman needs. And the next thing would be a utility knife.
Okay.
And we use these pretty much every day. Every time I'm out here volunteering, I use mine. So this will come in really handy for you.
Okay.
And the next thing, you're going to want a tape measure, and the 25-foot tape measure is the best. We work on a lot of big projects, so we're measuring some big distances, so the 25-footer will work great for you.
Okay.
Also, they'd like you to have a framing square, and we use that a lot when we're measuring and needing to line things up and get things exactly square. So that comes in really handy. And also a carpenter's pencil. In fact, I've got an extra one. You can have mine.
Thank you. That'll get me off to a good
Sure.
start.
And also really important are safety glasses, and I see that you have a pair on, and we'll use these a lot out here.
I'm really looking forward to this.
It sounds like you checked in with Ray this morning and he sent you down, told you we were working down here today.
Yeah, he didn't tell me exactly what we were going to be doing, but he said he would let me know.
As far as scheduling our work assignments, we like to run in 2 shifts per day when possible, from 8 in the morning till noon, and then from 12:30 to 4:30. That way we can keep track of coming and going of the volunteers, and we can see that tools get put back in the tool room when they're done. And the change of shift is often a change of job assignments too, because the new volunteers may not have the same skills that you have.
Probably every time you come, we're going to be working on a different part of the project. So you're usually doing something different each week. And so they'll just let you know what's going on that day and what job you can work on. Sometimes it depends on how many volunteers are here as to what will be done that day. There's 1-person projects, 2-person projects, and sometimes there's projects that take several people. So sometimes they wait and see who comes in, and then we'll get you started once everybody is here. It's interesting, every time you come, when you volunteer, they're usually working on a different part of a house. So you're going to be doing a different thing every time you're here. And so just check in with the supervisor and they'll show you what they're doing on that particular day, and they'll show you where you need to be, what you need to be doing. And sometimes it just depends on how many volunteers show up as to exactly what job they're going to give you. We work with a lot of power tools here on the site, and sometimes people, obviously new volunteers, don't know how to use the power tools, haven't used them before, which is perfectly fine. Just always ask. If you haven't used a tool before and aren't sure how to use it, make sure you ask somebody, preferably one of the site supervisors, so they can show you how to use it correctly. And if you're ever not comfortable using something, that is completely fine. Just ask somebody else to do that job, or let the supervisor know that you're not comfortable with it. Nobody is required to do any particular job here, so just make sure that you're always comfortable.
Well, that's good to know, because I do know how to use some power tools.
Well, safety is our #1 priority here on the Habitat job sites. And so just kind of be aware of your surroundings, what's going on around you, what work is being done. Be aware, be focused when you're using your power tools or when you're working on a project. But also be aware of what other people are doing, and be aware of where other people are. Like if you're working up on a roof, you want to be careful not to throw something off the roof that's going to hit somebody down on the ground. So just as kind of a general safety tip, be aware of who's around you and what's going on at all times.
Okay, I will.
Okay, well, let's get started. I'll show you what I'm doing. We're putting some insulation up on these concrete walls, and we're just gonna put some anchors in here to hold these.
To summarize, come to the construction site prepared. Wear clothing that's appropriate for the weather and working conditions. If you have access to any of the hand tools mentioned, bring them along. When you arrive, sign in at the office and make certain you're familiar with our safety guidelines. And always remember, we're a people helping people organization. If you ever have any questions or concerns, ask. We're extremely happy you've decided to spend some time with us.
Come join the fun.